I'm Teresa Maria Montiel. I go by Nacho. My pronouns are she, her. All of the Adobe programs are becoming more and more automated. Back in the day when Adobe used to come on CD-ROM, a lot of the functionalities that we take for granted, I feel very much that we take for granted now, we're not there. Like something as simple as the magic wand tool. I would say it makes being a designer in a lot of ways a whole lot easier than it used to be. Again, those tools that I named before, can take a job that used to take 20 minutes to hours at a time, has narrowed it down to minutes, sometimes seconds, if you can make it an action, if you're very good at it. We have things like Facetune and the aging apps and so forth, and it's actually coming oddly full circle. If you're in your newer versions of Photoshop right now, you can actually turn on a functionality. It's called the neural filters, that you can change people's expression in live time. So it's one of those things that that's already kind of in the program, and it's that again there too, even like clearing up someone's skin, which used to be a whole industry of photo retouching, is now a button that you can push and make them younger, or put makeup on them, or take off red eye, or different things like that. Right. Yeah. So then no photo shoot is a bad photo shoot. Because even if you don't have a good, I like the background, I like the pose, I don't like the face. It's like, we can fix that. Automation is a part of design. It's definitely something that's integrated, something that is not an old idea. So like when the printing press was invented, there were people that were actually anti-printing press. They were called the Luddites, and they actually tore apart printing presses because it was taking their technical jobs. They were artisans and technicians, and now this printing press was taking letter work away from them. So I think in some ways some folks are nervous about that kind of automation, but in the same time, this is also ingrained in the history of design. As automation becomes more normalized, the workforce changes. That happened with the automotive industry when that became automated. Entire cities fallen into ruin. Detroit is still a town that is the former shell of itself because of automation. So I think in a lot of ways what design will change and evolve over time. Good thing, bad thing, design does not have a home. Design doesn't have a singular city. Design does not have a singular location. Design also doesn't have a singular industry. So I feel that the impact may affect entry-level folks more dramatically, but overall that just means that the entry-level gateway is just going to be different. Nutella is amongst one of the major brands that have tried using AI as a way to generate designs, and they actually created a code that created, I believe it was 7 million different packages, which daunting in the number and amazing as an experiment. But in the same way that I definitely see AI as a toy and a tool and a technique, it's a wonderful experiment. And being curious and seeing, could it make, okay, you could make 2 or 3. Can you make 10? Can you make 20? Can you make 100? Can you make how many millions, and just tossing it out and letting it go. Some of them are good. Some of them are not, but ultimately, it's in the same way, I've definitely seen better and worse packaging design from humans. So how productive does AI make us on a scale of 1 to 10? That's a tough one. I mean, maybe a 6 or a 7, only because design and art are highly related in that it is about being deductive and reasoning and testing out multiple options, and ultimately every designer has their own process. Once they get their inspiration, once they come to the computer, once they're the ball is rolling, those are that's where I see automation being that helpful tool that can kind of snip off maybe some of the more tedious edges of what design encompasses. I take it the automation as a tool, but not a way of designing. But I think in a lot of ways, AI cannot replace what humans do, which is bringing deductive reasoning, creativity, and it sounds very cheesy, but teamwork. Ultimately, right, the whole reason that you're being hired as a designer is to be a creative person, to constantly be challenging yourself, constantly being scrutinizing of what's working, what's not working, how this could be different, how could I change it, how can I be better.